Tonight on New Leaf Lifestyle, we visit Latrobe's Wildlife Sanctuary to learn how you can become a conservation volunteer.
Volunteers are the most important part of getting any work done.
We also take a look at the newest way to donate clothes and shop secondhand.
Mutual Muse helps the environment by providing an alternative to buying new clothes.
We catch up with Frankston beekeeper Mo Jared of Beeman Honey.
The type of honey that you make in metropolitan Melbourne is probably cleaner than the type of honey you will get in Luce.
Hello and welcome to New Leaf Lifestyle. I'm here today at the Fairfield Gardens, and many of you may be aware that there are quite a few dangers facing our environment. So let's take a look at some ways that we can help out.
I'm at the Latrobe Wildlife Sanctuary in Bundoora. The nursery and gardens are open to the public from Sunday to Friday each week. But today, I'm not here to do some shopping. I'm going to be helping the environment in a practical way by doing some volunteering. I have never done anything like this before. So I'm going to go and meet my new boss, Jess, who can show me the ropes.
I work for Conservation Volunteers Australia as a conservation officer. I deliver projects, so I deliver on-the-ground projects. Today we're working at Latrobe Wildlife Sanctuary. I also do a lot of the organisation work behind the projects and organising volunteers, the engagement of volunteers, and a lot of admin work as well.
So Jess, what are we going to be doing today?
So today we're pulling out Cassinia. The Cassinia has taken over, so we're actually trying to promote biodiversity by removing that.
So is it going to be hard to pull this out? I've got no gardening skills whatsoever.
You don't need any gardening skills, just a pair of ears and a pair of eyes. Oh, and hands, they're important too.
I've got all the ingredients.
Very good.
Let's go.
Okay. So this here is the drooping Cassinia. So you can see it's very lime green in colour, and the leaves kind of droop out towards the ground. So that's how we identify it. And all you do is just put your hand around the bottom and pull upwards.
Conservation volunteers work on a variety of projects around Australia and love getting new recruits.
Volunteers are the most important part of getting any work done. Anybody can volunteer with us, so we get a lot of internationals, we get a lot of university students doing their placement with us, we get a lot of elderly as well. We just get a very, very, very mixed range of pretty much anybody.
I'm going to go and talk to Kaylee to find out what it's like to be a volunteer.
I enjoy it, I love it. I love being outdoors, just getting back into nature. That's where I like to be. I saw it on the internet, just looking around to see what is out there for volunteering, especially in conservation and wildlife. And so I saw this particular one, and I thought that's close to home and easy for me to get here, and yeah, just to try it out and see what it's like, because I haven't done volunteering before like this.
I had forgotten just how nice it is to be outside in nature, and to be able to do something practical to help the environment has been extremely rewarding. If you're thinking about volunteering, I highly recommend it.
If volunteering isn't your style, why not try something a little more fashionable? Donation bins are a thing of the past, but what comes next?
My name is Kirsta Hawkins and I'm the owner of Mutual Muse. Mutual Muse is a secondhand clothes store. We buy and sell secondhand clothes from the public. I chose to open a secondhand clothes store because I love shopping in secondhand clothes stores. It's always been my favorite place to buy clothes, and when I moved to Melbourne from the United States, I sort of looked around and waited for somebody else to do this and wanted to have this store available to me, and it wasn't available, and so I just thought, well, I'll just do it then.
I was just walking down the street and saw the sign and sort of thought, you know, it's a great concept, secondhand clothing.
So what makes Mutual Muse different from other op shops?
We buy clothes from the public and we buy things that people would also like to buy. Our customers sort of tell us we would like this style or we would like this sort of thing, and then we buy more of that. We choose to pay people for the clothes that they give us because clothes are a resource. A lot of our customers already know what their clothes are worth, and so to ask them to donate, I don't think is a good business model unless you're spending all of that money on charity, like an op shop, and Mutual Muse is not an op shop.
I love that they take good brands, I guess, and I love being able for my good branded stuff to be appreciated.
There's a fantastic range of designer recycled clothing, and I really like the idea of not contributing extra clothing to the world when we don't need to.
We really make an effort to make sure that it's in good condition before we allow our customers to see it. Part of the joy of shopping at Mutual Muse is that you never know what you're going to find. Everything changes all the time, so the stock is always a little bit different.
There's a lot of clothes that really suit my style. I think it's really nice to think that people in my community can benefit from clothes that I no longer need. It's really convenient for me to drop things off and pop in and see what's here.
But how does Mutual Muse contribute to the environment?
Mutual Muse helps the environment by providing an alternative to buying new clothes. So the more that people are exposed to secondhand clothes, the more that they want to buy them, and they see that it's a really fantastic option to buy new clothes for yourself without the weight of buying new things.
Consuming less, reusing, and through Mutual Muse, I'm also giving away my used clothes, which I'm not wearing anymore.
We don't use single-use bags in the store, so we've phased those out, and customers have been really supportive of that practice. We do offer totes made out of recycled fabrics. Sometimes I do really struggle with it because I wonder if selling secondhand clothes is really solving anything.
I think Mutual Muse is a great sustainability option for people who want to enjoy shopping and want to buy new clothes without, buying into consumption patterns and without sort of buying clothes and throwing them out, that fast fashion sort of way of buying clothes.
The fact that it's like a cool, funky store draws people in.
However, is secondhand shopping for everyone?
I think secondhand clothes is just a lot of fun, and being sustainable is a lot of fun, and you don't have to sacrifice anything to have a sustainable lifestyle, and you don't have to sacrifice style to shop secondhand. Like, there are just so many options out there.
Well, hopefully that's given you some ideas for a new look. If you're buzzing for something sweet, we have just the thing for you.
Bees. One of the most important and underappreciated creatures on the planet. And although honey is sweet, the lives of bees are becoming anything but. And there's a lot that we can be doing to help. Recently there's been reports of beekeepers experiencing low numbers of honey production, such as this article from May this year, where it stated that honey production has fallen down as much as 70% compared to this time last year. Are the causes of this grey or something black and, well, yellow? To find out more, I'm heading off to Frankston to speak with independent beekeeper Mo of Beemen Honey. Mo, why do you think that we're seeing this decline of bee numbers?
If you flood bees in one area, all you need is one hive to be diseased to spread all of that. Something in particular called AFB, or American foul brood. Highly contagious disease that its spores will remain dormant after 70 years. Even after burning the hive, you have to bury the ashes because the spores stay dormant for 70 years. And that's probably the number one killer. So, and secondly, the herbicides, the pesticides, the beekeeping practices when the focus is just on the yield rather than the bees. All of these have led to the decline in the bee numbers.
Contributing to the decline of bee numbers, there are also an array of fellow bugs that are more foe than friend.
Take the case of European wasps or yellow jackets. They eat bees, so they are introducing other species into different areas is probably a very dumb idea. That's the nicest way of putting it.
While learning about bees, I also happened to learn a little bit about myself too, that I can be quite the ruffian.
Shake him is all right. Oops, you almost,
Oh,
you almost killed him. See how they are pulling it away? Because they don't want it to be diseased. But he's too heavy for that bee to pick him up, but she's trying hard. So what the average person can do to help bees, they could grow fruit trees, plants, and when they are taking care of their nature strip or grass, they should leave some of the weeds. What their weeds is basically food for the bees. The idea of having easy maintenance gardens is probably not a very bee-friendly way of living, but probably the biggest thing of all is to have a beehive each. So to sustain the bees, you probably need 1,000 people with one hive each, rather than one person with 1,000 hives.
going from the ease of maintaining a healthy garden to the extreme of having your own hive. There's plenty of actions that we can be taking to win the fight for our bees.
And it doesn't get sweeter than that. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.